Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back for your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as was the vast majority of crypto and finance. With that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So we just saw the weekly candle close and the overall market did erupt quite a bit. Bitcoin had a very volatile day. Most of the market did have a volatile day. We are going to be addressing XRP's weekly candle close. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be addressing a few things and what to expect. So with that in mind, let's look into a few things. So on the 1 hour chart, or sorry, on the 1 hour time frame on CoinMarketCap, and on the 24-hour time frame, and even the 7-day time frame, every single one of these lists are showing us something. Do you know what that is? Well, on the 1 hour, it's not too noticeable, but on the 24-hour and on the 7-day, the main movers in this market right now are meme coins. What is that telling us? That we should be a little bit cautious right now. We are in extreme greed levels currently in the market. Meme coins are the big movers. And I've always said in the past that if you are looking at the market and the number one movers in this space are meme coins and illiquid altcoins, that usually tends to lead to a major pullback. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed and that we should be selling our positions, but I'm just saying that typically this is the pathway that leads to a pullback. Now, with that in mind, let's look into a few things around XRP and let's actually address what a pullback could very well look like for the entire market. So, number one, the big thing when it comes to XRP and any altcoin, the number one thing that I've been saying, and I've been sounding like a broken record when it comes to it, is the Bitcoin pair. I said completely agree. This is the number one thing that I have been focused on, especially when it comes to the most sleeper alts like XRP. When the Bitcoin pair finally breaks out, it's game over, and we look at specific levels like the 92 cent level, 2021 high, and the all-time high for XRP. And here's the chart from Crypto Insight UK. He said, I keep saying XRP versus Bitcoin is the most important chart right now. If you're an XRP holder, let's check in. So this was the 1-day chart on the XRP Bitcoin pair, which we will address. We will talk about it. We are wicking to the white line. I wanted us to close above. We didn't get there in a day, but 3 days isn't bad, and the volume is really stepping up today with over 10 hours left until the candle close. I'm bullish. On the weekly, if we get that close, we are looking good. We will be bouncing out of the oversold on the RSI and a nice wick in price action, potentially the spring phase of the Wyckoff accumulation. And this is what we were actually looking at. So the big thing to focus on is the candle close on the Bitcoin pair on the weekly, which I will be addressing, and even on the USD chart. But this was the chart from February 29th that we actually addressed from Crypto Insight UK. Again, I love to give a lot of these people shout outs and have everyone go check them out. Crypto Insight UK has been posting incredible content. He's at about 24,000 followers. Definitely deserves a lot more. Go check him out if you haven't already on X. But as we look at a few things, right? So here is the XRP weekly candle close. The best part about this is that we've already had a nice back test around the trend line. This is big. And also, the weekly candle close peaked just slightly above resistance. We still need to maintain the 62.5 cent zone. I would love for this to continue to kind of range here a little bit as we do lead into the next weekly candle close and then get a big move above it. Now, this month is the one to really look at as well. And if we actually look at the monthly chart, we can see that we are peaking above that trend line greatly, which is big. But we are in March. We have the FOMC meeting with the Fed, where a decision could very well make or break the markets. And when I say that, it's not going to lead us into a bear market or anything like that, but volatility will be a big focus. That's where we could see a major sell-off in the market. Now, is that what we're expecting? Not exactly, but we still need to focus on it. On the daily chart for XRP, you can clearly see a pattern playing out here. And it's the same pattern that started back in February 27th, for an example. We had this nice liquidity hunt on February 28th. As you guys do see, we wicked all the way down to about 52.5 cents. We still closed right around 57.5 cents. The next day, we had a liquidity hunt all the way to the 62.5 cent zone. We tapped it and then sold off, but we closed above 58.5 cents. This was a big area. And then we continued to move, and we actually had a daily candle close at 64.5 cents. So far, we are still holding that 62.5 cent zone. The next level would be us breaking over 66.5 cents. And I'm hopeful for the next 3 daily candles, including today's, to be very bullish, because that would be the pattern repeating that we started to build back in February 27th to be specific. Now, outside of that, though, on the 3-day, you could also see this being pretty bullish. On the weekly, this was a great weekly close, and the candle for the week on XRP was also pretty bullish. This entire weekly candle was a gain of 23, almost 24%. Where it closed at was still 19.5% off of the lows. If we're talking about the full candle body, it was about a 16% candle body, which is still very good. From here, we're mainly looking for levels of major resistance to be flipped. We're still in the red zone where we would see a major sell-off, but so far we are maintaining levels. On the XRP Bitcoin price chart, I have this original Mona Lisa. It's just a squiggly line, right? But mainly what I was looking for is us to flip some of these crucial levels. Those 2 crucial levels are labeled here on the chart at almost 1,500 to almost 1,700 sats. Anywhere within this area could be looked at as the red zone, because this is where we would reject heavily on the Bitcoin pair, and this is why I'm watching for us to flip over this. Ultimately speaking, when we look at the weekly candle body close on this, we still closed above a significant level, and we regained it after having a significant wick below it. This was a liquidity wick, in my opinion, and what we want to see is a build here before we get that expansion to the upside. There is a few levels that I'm watching for us to flip initially, and that's just mainly some of these wicks that we've had back in like June of 2022, back in March of 2023, and then from there we really kind of watch for us to regain some of these levels in the red zone and maintain this before we have a much greater expansion to the upside. This is going to take a little bit of time, but it's still something to focus on. The weekly candle close on the XRP Bitcoin pair wasn't too crazy, but it wasn't bad at all. On the daily side of things, as you guys can see, we so far broke above this level and we are closing on this level, which is good. We are maintaining this level for now. We still need to flip some of these EMAs. Ultimately speaking, I'm watching for a flip of the 50 daily EMA at about roughly 1,136 sats. From there, we really look at the 200 daily EMA up here at around almost 1,500 sats, which would be us on the way to that red zone. Outside of that, there's really not much to it besides the fact that we are still watching some of these crucial levels. But the big problem that I'm seeing right now is when we look at what are the most viewed cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap right now, it's all meme coins. Guys, look at the 30-day gains, look at the 7-day gains, and even look at the 24-hour gains on some of these meme coins. On the 30-day, you can clearly see it. This, to me, is concerning. Is it something that is going to make me sell all of my positions and get out of the market? No, but it usually tends to be an indicator that we are going to have a pullback. But is it guaranteed? No. That's why when I say, how can we prepare for this even though we don't know what's going to happen? We're uncertain at this point. Well, the best thing that you can do is have stable coins on the sidelines while maintaining your high conviction plays. So you're still in your positions, but you just have some stable coins on the sidelines in case we get a great buying opportunity. When I look at even what's trending, so these are what are trending on CoinMarketCap. This means that the retail sector is focused on the memes. They love the memes right now. There's a few altcoins within here, like for an example, Fetch and Jasmine Coin, that are still doing very well. But for the most part, I would say like 90% of what's trending out there in this market, it's memes. Even in terms of the top gainers and losers, some of the top gainers are still meme coins. The top gainer is Pepe, followed by a few other ones like Bonk, Dogecoin, Floki, you name it. There is still some great altcoins that are gaining, but not nearly as much as memes. Top losers, you could kind of see a little bit of a pullback happening alongside the meme coin craze, and these are some legitimate projects. But when we look at the total too, which is the altcoin market, what I'm mainly looking at is where we closed on the weekly. We closed at a significant level of resistance. It's a level that I have been watching for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if we had something like this, where we come back down and we back test that uptrend trend line. Because so far, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 weekly candles in a row that are green, and the total gain on this, which is another reason why I say, like, I wouldn't mind a pullback. This was over a 43.5% gain between all of these candles. So a pullback would be welcomed in. Now, the level that I'm watching for us to pull back to from where we are at right now, this is only an 18% drop, but it's across the board, and it's back to about roughly $870 billion from about 1.06.5 trillion. I would welcome a pullback more at this point than further upside, because that allows us to backtest, reset, and continue even higher for altcoins and for the entire market. Definitely watch out for a major pullback across the board, because this could be a huge opportunity. And I just recently outlined this in a video where I was talking about Hedera, Casper, and also Aleph Zero. But this would also be very beneficial for XRP or for any altcoin that you're eyeing. It doesn't even have to pertain to just XRP. Now, with XRP, what would we be looking at if we did get a pullback like that? Remember, this is across the board. So if we do have a significant pullback in the market, XRP would most likely backtest an area of support. Now, could that be, 58.5 cents? I would welcome that. Or will it backtest that upper trend line down here? I would hope that we wouldn't. In my opinion, we probably turn resistance into support, or we just backtest this 58.5 cent zone. That's the key level that I'm watching for us to maintain and hold for us to continue to be very bullish. I would like for us to maintain above this upper trend line, because we've already broken above it and we've already backtested it slightly. So I would hope that we hold this level. But remember, right? Not every altcoin will sell off during this time. When we look at what's the largest gainers out there, it's meme coins. Meme coins could easily have a wipe across the board, which could technically take us to this level. We don't need to see a massive loss on all altcoins, just a small percentage of them, considering the fact that the top gainers right now are memes. So XRP can still maintain this level. It doesn't even have to lose any steam, and it can just continue to range here, while those meme coins that have seen, a 300, 400, 500% gain, they just sell off. That's what could technically take us to this level. The overall market, though, has been in extreme greed. This indicator, I see a lot of people putting a lot of weight on the indicator around like, oh, we're in extreme greed. That means that we're going to sell off. Realistically speaking, it's not the best indicator to follow. Back in January of 2023, when the market started to erupt, we hit extreme greed pretty quickly. But we continued to rally for a whole nother month before any pullback. So are we too early in calling this pullback, or are we just about on time? Only time will tell us. But nothing is guaranteed. Nobody's 100% certain on this. Nobody's going to tell you exactly what's going to happen in this market. We could just make hypothetical and thought out guesses on what could potentially be next, off of what we know and from what we have seen in the past. Typically, when we start to see meme coins going crazy like this, a pullback is welcomed in. It's nothing too crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a pullback. This is where I would personally be looking at altcoins greatly. And by the way, for anyone that's saying, oh, it's too early to call a pullback, most of the time back in like 2021, when altcoins were starting to go crazy, we've started to watch, 36% pullbacks, and along the way you will have these opportunities where we drop 30+%. And there was even one time back in the summer. Now, realistically speaking, this is when most altcoins were already topped out, so it does make sense on why this was such a volatile swing down to the lows of like 60%. But realistically speaking, when I'm calling for an 18% pullback off of resistance, it's not too crazy of an opportunity. I mean, we've seen a lot worse in the past on the way to the upside. I mean, even if we're talking about back in 2020, before the altcoin market really erupted, here's a 27.5% drop. So I would welcome this in as an opportunity before the big moves start. And this should take us to the next levels and really kind of allow us to break to the upside of like 1.31 trillion for the altcoin market. We're not even talking about the total market of crypto. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.